Coffee and Headlines is brought to you by the generous support of our viewers and the following community partners: Best Cord Cutting TV, Bravos Restaurant Bar, El Rey Lounge de Versalles, Joint Boutique Hotel and Cowork, Puerto Vallarta Neurofeedback, Puerto Vallarta Owners Reps, Oculto, and Siam Cocina Thai. Thank you for your support, and thank you for supporting our community partners. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get-together live here on Facebook. It is a pleasure to see you this morning. Today is Saturday, January 4th. We haven't done a Saturday song this year because we haven't had a Saturday. So here's a little Saturday for you. And that's enough. That's enough. We're going to get canceled by YouTube. Stop. Hey. We have lots of news today. I hope you're having a good morning. Today, we are going to unpack all these investment announcements that we talked about yesterday that Mayor Munguia was set to announce today. So we have a lot of specific information, so much that it feels like we're having one of those April Fool's Day. But no, this seems to be the real deal. So I'm going to break it down into different sections of these announcements. As always, if you have any questions that are important, it helps a great deal if you add a capital letter Q to your comment that you wish to have a reaction on. And if you're watching for the first time live and you want a nice friendly little welcome, feel free to let us know. And we'll give you a nice little welcome. We are going to start with the blanket announcement, because most of today's headlines stem from this announcement from Governor Lemus of an unprecedented 2,000 million peso improvement package for Puerto Vallarta this year. So we begin with this blanket announcement and continue with some of the more specific aspects of it in no particular order. So, a new pier. Yes, this was a campaign promise by Mayor Munguia, and there is going to be a new pier. It is called Las Peñas Pier. That was the original name for Puerto Vallarta, Puerto Las Peñas, and it will be constructed in Colonia 5 de Diciembre, where Chile meets the ocean. I'm talking about the street, not the food. Chile Street meets the ocean, and that is where this new pier will be constructed. It will be for small vessels, and it will aid in providing these small vessels a more strategic place to dock when they're heading north of the city. This will be interesting because traditionally, as far as I know, and I could be wrong on this one, any type of public ferry transportation heading north, say to Punta de Mita or things like that, has been not pursued because of the waves. It gets really choppy out there for small vessels. Maybe bigger vessels are coming. We don't know. But what we do know is we will have another pier. Hold on. Oh, my bad. Anyhow, so this is the first of these announcements. We'll have to see what this is all about. And then, of course, the construction of new overpasses that will connect the recently concluded Guadalajara Highway will begin in February. One of the overpasses will connect the new highway with Highway 544 that heads towards Ixtapa, and the other one will direct traffic southbound onto Medina Ascencio. That is a no-brainer once you look at the intersection where the new highway meets Medina Ascencio. You have no choice but to head north, even if you're headed into Puerto Vallarta. And while we're in the topic of Highway 544, While he was visiting San Sebastián del Oeste, Governor Lemus not only announced financial aid for the Pueblos Mágicos, he also announced a new maintenance program for the highway. It is worth recalling that Highway 544, um, it gets really in bad shape during the summer months because of heavy rain, and there's constant landslides. So a major improvement package has been announced to constantly maintain the highway. And then there's a new fleet of 30 electrical buses that will circulate along Medina Ascencio. These are the longer buses that have a flexible center part, and so they will accommodate, I think it was as many as 100 people. New bus stops will be designed because they have to accommodate for the larger buses, and stops, buses that stop every 5 minutes, have been promised as part of this deal. How important is this? Well, you may wonder how many people ride the bus in Puerto Vallarta every single day. I didn't know what the figure was, what the amount was, and I was quite startled when I saw the number. It turns out that the 31 routes, because we have 31 routes in this small city, that's a lot of routes, a total of 947 stops. How many people ride the bus every day? Over 104,000 people. That is like a third of the population hop on a city bus every single day here in Puerto Vallarta. So we cannot underestimate the importance of any improvement that is made to our public transportation system, which, as you know, even with the new buses, is quickly going obsolete. Not so much because of the new buses, but because of all the older buses that are still circulating. So, when will all of this happen? We don't have any specific dates. Um, although the announcement of the buses claims that they won't be here until October. We'll have to see. And the announcement about the overpasses claims that they will be beginning construction in the month of February. We'll have to see how that moves along. And now let us take a quick look at our weather. And of course, if you have any comments about any of these improvements, please feel free to share them in your comments and share your comments in your comments. Yes, that's brilliant, Paco. Today is a perfect day to rob a bank, says our snarky weatherman. It is 22 degrees out there. It feels like it feels like humidity is 77%. So it's high humidity. Today, we can expect a humid day with clear skies, plus a few patches of clouds here and there, a high of 27 and a low of 18. Then tomorrow, Sunday, we can expect a humid day with mostly clear skies, a high of 27 and a low of 17. And we begin the work week with mostly clear skies in the morning and mostly cloudy skies in the afternoon, a high of 28 and a low of 16. What else do we have? Well, I went into town. For me, going into town is like going towards El Centro or Emiliano Zapata. I went to acquire some yarn with my friend Brian and his partner Chris because we're starting temperature blankets this year. And wouldn't you know it, yesterday we mentioned this nice write up about Pizza Joe. And wouldn't you know it, we ended up having dinner at Pizza Joe after a couple of cocktails at Jorge's bar. And Pizza Joe was everything I would have hoped for and more. You're sitting on top of the building, so you're our al fresco, and the pizzas were wonderful. The temperature was perfect for it. It was well attended. There were a number of people there, and we just had a wonderful time. So I do recommend this if you like pizza, if you are in Emiliano Zapata. It is a great place to just hang out and enjoy a great selection of wines and great food with great friends. I also want to mention an event that was sent to me yesterday. I was contacted by Poncho Davalos, a local real estate company person. He has his own real estate agency. He asked me, do you announce events?" And I said to him, "Of course I do." And he told me of a cocktail conversations series that he's starting. And of course, I suggested to him to create a Facebook event because, as you know, when you put up a Facebook event, you amplify your message to a broader audience. And he did, and I am happy to share it here. This is cocktails and conversations for people that are interested in real estate in Puerto Vallarta. This is going to take place on Friday, January 17th. So a week from yesterday, from 6 to 7 at La Catrina Cantina. I am not shopping for real estate, so this is not an event for me, nor do I have any knowledge of this particular real estate company or Poncho Davalos, but I am certainly grateful that he took the time to reach out. And of course, we are happy to do whatever we can to amplify his message so that he can reach his target audience. Thank you very much, Poncho, for sharing the information with us. And then, of course, I'm so excited about the spotlight, which is coming. Um, and I'm excited about my opera presentation, for which I did a little blurb yesterday, a little online video conversation. I don't know if you caught it, but I will include it in the show notes. And it had to do with the myths that surround opera. Is opera only boring? Is opera only for rich people? Do you have to dress up? We dispel some of those myths in anticipation for my presentation, or my introduction to opera, this coming Thursday at the Joint Boutique Hotel. It's time to find out what you're thinking this morning. Do do do. Doo-ba-doo-ba-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Happy Saturday from Mango in Villa Las Flores, says Kathy. Hello, Kathy. How are things in your world? Lots of good mornings. I have one more announcement that I want to make because I have been given the authority to do this. A few days ago, I mentioned that a dear friend of the cluster had a medical emergency, and I am now authorized and happy to talk about this because, when it comes to good energy and good thoughts and good hopes, there's never enough. Our friend Dan Doran, who pushes Kathy's wheelchair, his wife, everywhere through Puerto Vallarta, they're great contributors to the cluster. They're great personal friends. Dan lost his ability to speak and was quickly rushed to the hospital in what was originally thought was a stroke. He is under sedation, and we are, well, we are, yes, we are, because he's my friend and part of my Puerto Vallarta family. We are now hoping to get clarity from the doctors as to whether it was really a stroke or a seizure disguised as a stroke. He's still sedated. I understand that the doctors are performing a series of EEGs to find out what's going on in terms of activity in his brain. And I understand that his medication, the medication that keeps him under, is going to slowly be removed so he can regain consciousness and an assessment can be made of the damage that was done to his brain. Needless to say, this has caught my group of friends by surprise, and any of you who know Dan and Kathy know that they are highly, highly revered friends of our cluster. So feel free to reach out. Kathy, who usually does not engage with Facebook, is answering Facebook messages, keeping us informed. Their daughter Jessie is in town as well, and that is a good thing. I had a chance to visit with them briefly yesterday, so we do keep our prayers going on a regular basis. And much love to you guys. We're definitely thinking of you, and I will be happy to keep you posted if you would like me to moving forward. And now back to our chit chat. I wanted to get that out of the way because it's been a challenging week. Let's see. Da, 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 da. There's a queue. 25 days until we return to Puerto Vallarta. The countdown has started. Bring out the suitcases. Trudy, good for you. Keep counting and may your arrival be uneventful. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Do, 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 do. Please tell me these new buses have air conditioning, otherwise we are going to be sweating. Well, they say that they are air conditioned. In fact, they even said that some of the new bus stops that they're building are going to be air conditioned, which is really weird to me, but that's what they said. We'll have to wait and see. Let's see what else. Thanks for the Pizza Joe review. You know, it was yummy. I was not here. You know, Lisa has happy memories of the original. By the time I came to Puerto Vallarta, Pizza Joe, the original, had already disappeared and converted into what we know today as Galeria Dantes. So I'm excited about this. Hola, Paco. Have you ever thought of hosting a knitting group to teach some of us the trade? BYO wine. Bring your own wine. Well, hi, Gayoff. Long time no see. It is great to read you. I hope you guys are doing well. Um, there is a knitting group in town. It's called the Puerto Vallarta Yarn Benders. They meet in the mornings. It's not teaching group. It's more a get together and do it together kind of group, although there is support there for people that have never done it before. My personal challenge with the group is that they meet in the morning time at the same time that I'm doing coffee and headlines. There used to be an afternoon group, but I don't know what happened with it. It's not meeting anymore. And both my friend Brian and I, who are avid crocheters, have talked about having a group and certainly including more men in the mix. But of course, we'd have to do it in the afternoon. If there is interest in another knitting group that meets at a different time than the morning PV yarn benders, do let me know, because PV yarn benders may be either willing and able to broaden up or change their schedule, or maybe we just need another group of knitters and crocheters. So I'm throwing the ball back at you, and keep me posted if this is something that you're interested in. Speak of the devil. Jess, it was so great to see you yesterday. It was so great to hug you. Thank you for being here, and please keep us posted. There's candles lit for your dad here in my house. Many good wishes for Dan, which are appreciated. He is just one of the most amazing, wonderful individuals you could ever meet. He really is. And yes, such a tremendous couple. You know, Kathy and Dan take to the streets of Puerto Vallarta, wheelchair and all, with such gusto. I've never seen other people just enjoy themselves, enjoy the city the way they do. It is a pleasure to know them. It really is. Uh, won't the bells ringing on the garbage collection trucks bother the garbage collection workers? I think that the bells would drive them nuts by the end of the day. I don't know. I don't know, but we certainly hope they don't. uh, where do you pick up our membership card for the international club? Michael, you need to get in touch with Beth. Um, I have mentioned this before. If you're one of the winners, you need to get in touch with Beth Tesler, and she is the representative at the Friendship Club, and she should be able to take care of you. Todd is looking forward to the spotlight on Wednesday, and that makes two of us. I am excited to sit down and talk to you, Todd. So that'll be fun. Let's see. Thank you, Cluster, says Jess. We appreciate all of your support. We are doing everything we possibly can to get Den healthy and back to us. Yes. Yes. Let's see what else. Keith Habidou says, hello, Paco. Just in for a walk. It's freezing here in Sarnia. I don't know where Sarnia is, but I hope you make it to Puerto Vallarta soon. Thank you for checking in. Beth told me to pick up the membership card at their office. There you go. But I imagine you first want to make a connection with Beth so that she can clarify, confirm who you are. She has my list of winners and she needs some information from you, like an email address and whatnot. So do keep me posted and make sure that you connect with Beth in order to be able to get your membership card. And this brings us to the end of today's broadcast. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm excited about all these news. I hope they materialize in a way that is as non-disruptive to the city as possible. And I thank you. Thank you for your memberships, for your coffees, for spreading the news, for thumbs ups, for subscriptions, for forwards, all that we do to amplify the messages we share and connect with here. Have a great day. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you again on Monday morning. Take care.